Chappelle Home Team presents A New Day, a Donnell Rawlings special, which is on Netflix. And I'm sure if you're on Netflix, you must have seen it being recommended to you if you are a stand-up fan, and you're wondering to yourself, should you actually watch this? And weird enough, this is one of those specials that I watched and I was entertained, but less of stand-up comedy and more of just general entertainment. It's like 40 minutes long. It's not a very long special, but I thought it was interesting because you're used to seeing, because he was on Chappelle's show, and so we were used to him. I've always been used to him as a certain kind of person, but this time we are looking at a much grown, much more mature Donnell Rawlings. And so, is it worth it? First of all, yeah, I think it's worth it. It's worth your time. There are some jokes that actually really land, especially when he starts talking about himself and his challenges with co-parenting. I thought every time a comedian starts going towards a direction of where everything is personalized, I usually appreciate that very much, because the humor is coming from, it's a first-hand experience. And so when the humor is coming from them, it feels more relatable, because it's something that they've gone through, it's something that they've experienced. So I thought that was interesting. He went on some other jokes that I felt were a bit blunt, and as an African, I felt insulted. There was one that he makes fun of the fact of going to New Zealand and then finding very few black people and being mistaken for Idris Elba or something. That was funny. But when he starts now talking about Africans and how Africans' eyes look, I was like, dude, you should travel, man. Travel. Come to Africa, see how African people look. Because it goes back to me believing that African Americans have this notion of who Africans are and how they behave based on what they see on screen. So I thought that was a bit careless of him. I thought that was insulting in a way, because Africans don't look like that. I think we are far more cooler than that. But anyway, I digress. I like the fact that he addresses, once he walks in, he addresses the elephant in the room, the Red Sox. He has a nice blue suit and the Red Sox. I thought that was pretty cool. And then as you move on to the end, he starts delving into relationships, especially between the older man and the younger, the younger generation. So I thought those were pretty cool. So in general, this was entertaining. You'll have moments where you laugh out loud. You'll have moments where you chuckle. But there is a certain sense of subtleness about the show that doesn't make it boring. It just makes it entertaining. You basically, by the end of it, you go like, I had a great time. Because that's the same thing that I said after the show. I was like, I've never really seen a lot of this guy's comedy. I don't understand where he's coming from. But based on what I've seen, I've had a great time. I've been entertained. So if I was to give this, out of 5, if I was to be asked, should I recommend this to you? I would give this a 3.5 out of 5. Yeah, it's okay. Sometimes you may feel, I don't see where you're going. You're pushing it too far. You are overperforming at some few moments. Sometimes it drags some jokes too far. But generally, it's a very good time. It's a 3.5 out of 5. It's entertaining. There are moments that you laugh. It's the kind of thing that you'll watch on a Sunday or on a Saturday when you have an hangover. It will play perfectly for it. It doesn't demand your attention. So basically that's it. Remember to always enjoy what you watch and watch what you enjoy. And I shall see you on the next one. Please subscribe. Check this Nini from YouTube studio that I got. Most of you who are watching this have not subscribed, so I'll urge you to actually just hit the subscribe button. So basically that's it. See you on the next one.